Hello and welcome to Cable Plus Property, your number one online educative platform on all issues related to land and landed properties. My name is Oiza, and at Cable Plus Property, our aim is to ensure that all Nigerians and non-Nigerians have at the tip of their finger every information related to land acquisition, land procurement, building construction, registration, and obtaining your planning permit. In this video, I'll be speaking with the chairman of the Physical Planning and Building Control Appeals Committee, no other than Town Planner Ayodele Adediran, a fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners. Come with me. So from past cases that have been heard, averagely, how many months or years does it take to try a case?
No. It doesn't take years. Let us first of all take out years. But at times, depending on how cooperative the two parties are, it doesn't take more than 2 to 3 months.
That's good. So if any of the parties is not okay with the decision of the committee, what's the next step to take?
Yes, the provision of the law, like I told you, we are not acting on our own. The provision of the law, I think in section 89 of Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning Law, is that there should be a stage when you disagree with the decision of the committee. You go to the state high court, and that will be the final appellate court for such matter.
Okay, my next question is that what is the functional relationship or difference between the appeals committee and the land grabbing committee in Lagos State?
Well, the land grabbing itself, I don't know, it's a bit negative in use, but this has been given official recognition because of some powerful people taking over another person, even government land. Some individuals do encroach and use force to take land. We are different in all areas, functional or relationship wise, but we know that there is another law setting up, I think what we call a task force on the land grabbers in Lagos State. So that committee is strictly to enforce land laws or regulations. Our own committee is to make sure that the parties concerned are complying with the provisions of the law and regulations in respect of physical planning and building control.
What is your advice to prospective landowners or developers, especially professionals in the built environment, to stem down the rate of building collapse? We had the news of building collapse just at the first week of this month, and then just last week there was another case like that. So what would you advise to developers and professionals in the built environment to help control the rate of building collapse? Because everybody wants to own a house.
Thank you very much. I don't want to get involved in the controversy of there are so many reports, there are so many suggestions that have been made. The only thing is that every one of us we are concerned, and part of the efforts to stem down the rate of building collapse, not only in Lagos, even in Nigeria, because building itself is a very important economic activity. In the process of building, providing housing for the people, And when they collapse, it's a grievous loss, apart from even when it involves life. I want to say, for just adding my own voice, that we are talking about effects. We should be talking more about the cause. The cause should be more of our concern. And part of the cause is because of the attitude of the people. And then, and that attitude is everybody feel that they can do what they like. And it has been the bane of the society. Not only the powerful people, even the poor man along the street. When you also say enforcement, somebody will say, let me use an example of those who are trading by the street. When you talk about their nuisance, people will say, it's because they have to eat. Do you have to eat at the expense of your even life and the life of others? They block roads, they cause traffic congestions, and then we have accepted them as if it's a normal thing. So the same thing goes with building construction. We have the laws, and many of us, we want to jump it. And in jumping the law, we also jump into disasters. Compliance with the existing law, and on the side of the professionals, it amuses me, because when you combine all the professionals, registered professionals in planning, building, engineering, and you put all of them together, hardly can you count up to 20,000. All of them in Nigeria. Even some of them I used to, also joke that both are living and the dead. In my own profession, we are not more than 5,000. And if you bring 5,000 town planners to Lagos, I'm just talking about what I know now. You bring 5,000 town planners to Lagos to be monitoring building activities. As I'm speaking to you, over 50,000 construction works are going on. So if those people don't even have any other job, so we need to look at the capacity. We need to look at also not talking about professionals, because some of us who are professionals, we talk too much. Everybody wants to be recognized. We want to also show it is my field, it is my area. The sub-professionals should also be empowered. The plumber is as important. The electrician in the building material suppliers. We need such empowerment and capacity development. And finally, the government building inspectors or monitoring officers, they are not enough. We're supposed to have a body of professionals that will be recognized, particularly to certify every stage of construction. I'm not saying that this is the cause, but there are more of factors leading to building collapse. And we cannot just be now lamenting. The lamentation have been on for years, but we should be thinking of attitudinal issues of all of us, not just the developer, all of us. When you see somebody building by in your neighborhood, what efforts have you made to really report or even help government to stop that development before the government also take action? Because government cannot be everywhere. We have to face the reality. The staff of government or everybody, you cannot be everywhere. But I am as concerned as everybody, and I know government is taking the right step to make sure that we put a stop to what is happening.
How can the government assist in making land available for the general public?
That question is,
It's deep.
if I understand land itself has features, characteristics in the factors of production. What they taught us in O-level economics, land is a very, very important factor of production. Land in itself is what makes you a slave or a freeborn. So some people just want to own land because they want to be a landholding family. And probably if you don't have a land, you cannot become a chief or even over a place. So when we zero it into housing, I don't think we should be advising that everybody should have land to get a place. That is my own view. And if you are looking at it from what happens in developed countries, because for Lagos State, everybody in Lagos cannot have land, even if government want to share to everybody. So what we should be talking about is that our orientation that everybody should build a house should be regulated. And that is why Lagos State, I'm back to Lagos State, is talking about rent to own. Maybe if you start with, as an undergrad, a graduate starting one, you start with a 2-bedroom or even 1-bedroom, and over the years, you become the owner. Maybe after 20, 30 years, you can even move to a higher. But to say everybody should be building on the land, it's not practical, and it's also going to cause more hardship. So we should be looking at how we can increase the stock of housing without necessarily looking at giving land to everybody to build. Government can support citizens to have what we call a shelter or roof over their head, but at the same time, because there has even been a controversy recently that the Honorable Minister said the statistics we are flying about housing deficit. It may not also be correct. Because when you talk that there are even no houses, some are vacant. It depends on who is looking for even accommodation. But I'm not sure that in Lagos State there are lands to be given out. Lagos State is even looking for land to the extent that activities like agriculture is even being taken out of the state to also for Lagos to go and be acquiring land to also have agric farms to feed the Lagosians. So to say that everybody will get land, I don't know. It's not my area to also comment.
So, in summary, sir, to what extent would you say the Nigerian people comply to planning laws and regulations?
Okay, but I would like to take it again that the level is very, very low. Very, very low. Why I say that is that because of the nature of my own background. When I see a building, I would know immediately whether it has approval or not. Wow. And in most cases, many of the buildings we see standing, they don't have approval. And I have also said the other time that one thing is for you to have approval, another thing is for you also to build what is approved. And in most cases, those that have, if you say 20% of all the buildings standing in Lagos State are with approved building plans, then out of that 20%, probably 50% of the 20% are the ones that really comply with the building control regulations. Building control regulations says that you must obtain certification for every level of construction. Every level of construction, not just people building and that should be the basis. When you don't have one of such certifications, it means it's as illegal as if you don't even have approval at all. So I would say that we are not yet there, but there are also contributory factors. Because if where we are going to build is under the control of the land grabbers, so to say. Many of them, they are under acquisition. Our government will not give approval in an area with government acquisition. Secondly, in an area that we don't even have development plans, and we don't know which area are supposed to do what. There are also factors that are contributing to non-compliance. The so-called Omonile will also be facilitating. And even I know that in some areas like Lagos Island, people bid on Sunday, they bid at night. And in such matters, we need enforcement, we need to build capacity, we need government to invest in planning and bidding control systems. A lot of improvements have been seen in the last few years with recruitment of large number of staff into Ministry of Physical Planning, with acquisition of tools, vehicles, with decentralization. But more should be done to really make sure that we cover the areas of concern.
Lastly, sir, I would like you to say something about Cable Plus property to the public.
Well, it's to me a surprise when I was asked to speak to you. It's a very good innovation, particularly because you are available at various media, social media. You are easily available or accessible, and that is a commendation to your organization, getting the populace to know more about land and related matters. To this, I want to commend the management and staff of Cable Plus Television, if I'm right, for the efforts and for what you are doing now. If I have to do it in I don't want to say your organization is not well established, but even in government media houses, I know how much will be charged officially. For you, what you have been doing is a very wonderful process, and I want to commend you and also encourage you, because there are so many challenges in areas like this, and I pray that God will continue to help you and prosper the work of your hand.
Thank you very much, sir. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Cable Plus Property. Also, head on to Instagram, follow our page at Cable Plus Property, like our Facebook page at Cable Plus Property. Till we come your way again, this is Cable Plus Property.